What? He died. What kind of plan would that have been? The stallion shrugged. We all know Monterey Jack hadn't been right since his wife died. After Clarinet was killed, I'm all they have left. Clarinet, right? I asked, and the legal stallion nodded. He mentioned his wife. What happened to her? There's a rumor that there is an untouched stable out there in Fetlock. A few months back, they were trying to find it. Never did. Nobody has. My heart sank. It was absurd to feel guilty for having found Stable 29 myself, wasn't it? She was killed by a manticore. According to Monterey Jack, he killed the thing, but not before it stung them both and torn her up right bad. Poor fellow only had enough anti-venom for one, and she insisted he use it himself. With her wounds, according to Monterey Jack, she probably wouldn't have made it out even if he had given it to her. The stallion shook his head. Of course, that's just how Monterey told it, but I've never known the stallion to lie before. Sweet, merciful Celestia. The legal stallion cleared his throat and turned back to the documents in front of him. Returning to the matter at our hooves, even after fees and deductions, you are still left with private quarters, the deed, and the business license of the shop, and a modest amount of home furnishings. Of course, there are two matters which I must attend to.
Also
This
got a
was so
player home?
wrong. I couldn't be gaining property from Monterey's tragedy.
Why the fuck not?
I
You
couldn't
kill
accept
it, you
this.
keep it.
I didn't deserve this. First, of course, is the simple fact that you are not a citizen of Ch20 Tower, and as such, you are not permitted to operate a business within the tower. Normally, it takes several years to earn citizenship, but with the legal standing of these properties, if you started applications now, you could possibly achieve citizenship in little more than a year. He looked over his glasses, fixing me with a stare. Still, it is in this office's recommendation that you sell off the deed and the business rights to the shop to some mayor or gentlecolt who is a citizen. Make yourself a tidy sum and be done with it. I nodded. I wondered if homage had any use for an ex-cheese shop. Second is the matter of Monterey Jack's children. My ears shot up. What was this? Who are legally allowed to remain in the private quarters until the end of the month. So while you do legally own the property, I'm afraid you won't be able to kick them out of it until... I felt like I'd been hit by a piano. By the twisted legal fuckery of Ch20 Tower, I was the one bucking Monterey Jack's filly and colts into the deadly wasteland. I felt I was finally seeing behind the curtain. Monterey Jack's execution made me, the heroine that his children worshipped, into the pony stealing their home from them just after their father died.
It's
ultimate
not
buck when they're
you,
down.
it's Ch20
Unless,
Tower.
of course, I
You're
did
making
something
sure they
about it.
actually get somewhere good, okay?
Exactly like I had already done. I'd taken care of them before this trap had snapped shut. I looked up at the stallion as a new feeling burned away my depression. Anger. He played me. I screamed at the walls of my suite, telekinetically overturning all of the beds. My eyes were burning with tears. My heart pounded with rage. He set me up. I made all the blankets tornado about the room. I was the goody four-shoes filly he knew he could manipulate, and he was right. I stomped on all hooves. The blankets soared at the window and rebounded off the glass. I hated Monterey Jack. I wanted
As
him
is
dead,
proper.
but he was already dead, and I wasn't some pony who could change her mind and take my frustrations out on his children. He was so right about me. So instead, I took my fury out on my room, and was thankful that none of
No.
my companions were around to see me do it.
You want to know how you feel better? Don't mess up your bed, okay? You got to make that shit. What you do is you get your guns and ammunition, and you go kill raiders. It's stress relief. It's good stress relief. You're helping the community. You're helping the wasteland. You're killing monsters. You're calming yourself down. Like, it's good. It's good on you.
It was
I don't know what that quest did. I was already bloodthirsty. You all know that. But this whole time, I just have been imagining Little Pip dressing up as an Aztec and butchering everything. Like, I actually gotta show you guys that quest in the actual video. It's actually really good. It's like got good writing and everything.
the shame of my addiction, the pain of how I'd hurt my friends, the betrayal of Velvet Remedy's actions, and now,
Yeah,
Monterey Jack's
girl, you
four
just
hopes
need to get a
fucking of me
gun
from
and
beyond
just
the
go
grave.
shoot raiders. You will feel
I
better.
hurled
Trust
one of my
me.
saddlebags against the wall. If levitation could have had any real force behind it, I probably would have punched a hole in the room.
Why doesn't
As
levitation
the
have real
saddlebag
force
just
behind it?
clanked against the wall, opening and spilling its contents.
Oh, no. We need to talk about it. Why doesn't levitation have any real force behind it? Did she not put force behind it? Is there like some sort of magical rule that levitation can only have so much force? Because that actually really limits levitation. If it can only exert so much force. Because you can't use it for throwing things. I'm thinking combat situations here, by the way. Or competitions, too, I guess. I mean, if it only can have so much force that it doesn't really hurt anything, at least when Lil Pip did it, you can't use it for throwing javelins, you can't use it for archery, you can't really use it to pull a gun trigger, because I've shot guns. Those okay, there are hair triggers, those exist. But, like, you actually have to put some effort into it. Maybe I misheard that. And said Lil Pip didn't put as much force into it. Because she's been... they've shot guns with magic before. Well, fuck it.
A lifetime's worth of party time mintals rained down onto the floor. The stash from Pinkie Pie's safe.
That's
I
not
stared
going
at
to
the pile of tins, frozen in place.
No.
It took only a moment to transfer all of my rage and sorrow onto the drugs. Before I knew it, I was in the bathroom, dumping tin after tin into the toilet water, cursing them and myself for everything we had done to my life together. Flush. There went a month's worth. Flush. There went dozens more. I was throwing away countless bottle caps worth of them. And good riddance. They would never have the chance to hurt any pony else. Flush.
I will laugh so fucking hard later if this turns out to be a Chekhov's gun. She flushes them all down the toilet, thinks they're gone forever, they won't hurt anybody else. 10 chapters later, like a fucking enclave trooper has mutated his brain and just keeps a giant bowl of these fucking things around. That would be dark humor, and I haven't slept in like 15 hours. I don't know where my brain is going.
There went what I allowed myself to become dependent on. Flush. What I had let become between me and the ponies who were closer to me than any family had ever been. I was crying so hard I could barely see what I was doing. But I didn't need to. Flush, flush, flush. The last tin of Party Time Mint House floated in front of me, hovering over the toilet.
Actually, it's been a lot longer than 15 hours.
I just had to tilt it and flush. Easiest thing in the world. Telekinetic child's play. A tilt and a flush. The tin hovered there, not tilting. The last tin.
Do it!
For all the damage they had done, that I had let them do, Party Time Mintels had saved my life, and the lives of my friends. More than just once.
Throw them out!
Should I just keep one tin? Just in case? But if I took even one more, I could become addicted again. It only took one the first time, and I couldn't do that to myself. I wasn't Monterey Jack. I wasn't willing to screw me over like that. The tin started to tip. But what if that mental clarity was the only thing which could save my friends? What if it was Calamity's life on the line? Or Velvet Remedy's?
Here we
or Steel
go.
Hooves?
You start making
Wouldn't
excuses.
they be worth the sacrifice of myself? Yes. Yes, they would. The tin leveled and began floating back towards me. But could I do that to them? Put them through it all again? And wouldn't it be a betrayal to even keep one tin? The tin's...
Getting an image of... Okay, you've seen the Gollum scene in the Lord of the Rings, right? Where it's Gollum and Smeagol. I'm getting that image here, but it's Little Pip talking to a reflection of herself in fucking toilet water.
Stopped, floating above the lip of the toilet. Little Pip? Homage's voice startled me from the bathroom doorway. My magic imploded, dropping the tin into the toilet, metal
Yeah!
piercing. I looked at her, startled, eyes red and puffy, knowing I looked like a completely ugly mess. Homage stepped into the bathroom, looking peaceful and elegant in her dress. I cringed back, not wanting to accidentally touch it with my filthy body. She didn't let me get away. She grabbed me, pulling me against her breast. I couldn't contain myself anymore, and broke into open weeping. I heard the metal tin as Homage levitated it out of the water and dropped it into the pile with all the empty others. Flush. At some point, Homage nudged me from my suite up to the Athenaeum where she lived.
Homage is best
She
wife.
played soft music and
Best
stayed close
waifu
to me,
pony.
leaving
Yeah.
DJ Pony's broadcast on a newsless loop of songs. How long before this makes the news cycle? I asked wearily as the sun was beginning to set. Homage gave me a gentle but reproachful look. Toast to Repair Pony Kicks Addiction. More at the top of the hour. The pretty grey unicorn gave me a nudge with her nose. Really, I don't think that's something for the airwaves, do you? I smiled gratefully at her. Let me cook you something to eat, Homage said before she dared leave my side. I realized how badly I was starving. I hadn't eaten for the better part of 2 days. Homage put to shame the restaurants of
2
Pony
days.
Tower with their woven fried banana puree and whatnot.
Oof.
Simple, delicious cooking. And she didn't mind cooking more when I finished off everything and was still hungry.
Like,
Af-
gee, not eating for 2 days. Okay, okay, never mind. She was unconscious for quite a bit of it. Okay, it checked. Okay, good.
For dinner,
I
I
was
was feeling
about to go
tired
on.
and emotionally drained, not to mention very full. But I now had enough energy to help her clean up. Where did you learn to cook like that? I asked, wishing we had someone with even half of her
New Vegas. That's where cooking actually comes in.
skill traveling with us. I was sorely tempted to suggest she join us.
Why do I
And
keep
not
pointing
just
at
for
the
her
fucking
food,
TV or
But I
computer
knew she was
screen?
needed here. All of the equestrian wasteland depended on DJ Pony. My delinquent youth, she hinted with a wink. I pressed her with a hoof and she elaborated. I really was an assistant to the last DJ Pony. That's how I took up the matter when he fell ill. I was the only one who knew him. The magic voice spell has been passed down for at least 5 DJ Ponies, so the wasteland never knows there's been a change.
Everybody
I
thinks
nodded,
it's a
having
ghoul.
suspected as much.
Or
I
an
spent several years
alicorn.
after getting my cutie mark running around the Manhattan ruins and beyond with Joke Blue, a close friend. The friend, I realized, that she had mentioned before. The area between here and Philadelphia wasn't nearly as deadly as it is now. I hunted for recordings and memory orbs to give to DJ Pony, in the hopes that they would somehow have new music or useful news for the broadcasts. Did other errands for DJ Pony. Earned my way into the tower. Learned how to survive along the way. Cooking, weapon maintenance, and a lot of practice hacking computers to get into locked doors and safes. I thought of all the hacking and lockpicking I had done, driven largely by curiosity and a need to explore and to know. Even if what I learned didn't mean anything. Like, keeping the memory was an acknowledgement of, and a tribute.
Okay, we're going to cut it here because I'm actually really tired. And it's 2 p.m. and I told K-Cat I would get this out. I've been up since 8 p.m. yesterday. And I'm probably going to stay up until 7 p.m. today because I'm hoping for a call. That's nearly like 24 hours, actually. And it kind of makes me sad for this because I love theorizing. Like, that's what, like, a lot of you guys got into this because I like to theorize and talk, but I'm so tired. At the same time, K-Cat asked if I could get this out. And, K-Cat, you're not demanding anything, so I'm not obligated, but I like you too much to refuse. Like, stop it. Let me hate you a little so I can just not, so I could go to bed. Alright, and we're almost at 30-minute mark. I have to cut this or else it's all going to hell.